Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jana Wolff.
My name is Michael Salomon.
And we are so glad that you could join us for What's Cooking with the Sleeve Chef and myself. We have two very special guests today. We have Amy and Monica. Why don't you introduce yourself first, and then we'll get started.
Sure. Hi, I'm Amy Stark. I am 1 month post-op. I had the gastric bypass.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Hey. I've lost 42 pounds, and my NSV was I finally got my wedding band back on after 3 years of being off.
Amazing. Hey. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. And what about you?
I'm Monica Beamish. I was sleeved on 9/19/18. I've lost 150 pounds since being sleeved for a total of 275 pounds overall.
Whoa.
Wow, that's great.
Amazing.
My NSV is that I actually have a life now and not just existing. I used to come home from work and just crawl in bed and live there. Now I actually live life and I participate in it.
That's beautiful.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So we are going to have our amazing guest tasters back in just a little bit. And for now, you guys can sit down and we will be taking questions from you guys and from the audience. So,
All right.
What is cooking tonight?
Well, we have one of my favorites. We are doing desserts this evening. Now, the challenge with desserts is always, you know, how can I have a dessert, but how can I do this and have it be healthy, but have it still be flavorful and delicious, right?
Right, not overdoing it with the sugar and the fat and all
right,
of that.
Right, exactly. And so, you know, what we look to do here is be able to create something that's going to be delicious and flavorful, like we said, but not sort of scare you away. And it's something that you can give to your family and go, oh, wait a minute, this is healthy for me? What is this?
Right.
What do you mean? And it's still, we're going to be playing around with two things. We're doing orange vanilla meringues. They are going to be fantastic. And then we are going to be doing a pumpkin spice latte mousse.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly what it sounds like. That is going to be with some fresh espresso, some great pumpkin spice mousse. It's going to be delicious and a really fun treat to share with your friends and family during the holiday season.
That's awesome. And we
So
did
excited.
post the recipe. So as we're going along, if you have questions about the recipe or any of the ingredients that we're using, feel free to talk to us. You guys can feel free to ask us questions. It doesn't even have to be about the recipe. So thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have to say that this is going to be one of my favorite episodes anyway, because I am a sweetsaholic when it comes to the holidays.
Me too.
Because there's so much around. So if we could balance it out a little bit at
Absolutely.
least, it doesn't mean that we have to banish everything, but if we can
Absolutely.
balance it with some low sugar stuff, that might be very helpful, right?
Agreed. Speaking of low sugar, we have a fun little sugar substitute tonight. If Jana wants to give us a little introduction on this guy.
So I've heard the most amazing things about Swerve. You can get it at Mom's. Where did you get it?
I got mine at Weiss, or
Okay.
Weiss, depending on who you ask.
Oh, I
don't
see.
wanna-
Okay, it's fancy.
Weiss or Weiss.
So you can get it there, Whole Foods, Mom's, or online. And this is a combination of erythritol, which is a sugar alcohol, made similarly actually to regular alcohol, but it's very low in alcohol. And we don't absorb it, so it's easy for it to just go through, and you know, we don't have any calories to account for that.
Sure.
Then it also has oligosaccharides in it, which act as a prebiotic in our gut. So it's actually good for our gut. It feeds the healthy bacteria.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, fascinating.
So what this is it's also one of the more mild sugar substitutes out there. I often hear that some of them taste a little metallic on the back end, you know, the aftertaste of them. I typically like to bake with Splenda or Swerve. So
Yeah,
I'm
and
excited
the other
to
interesting
see.
thing too that I've heard about Swerve is that it actually behaves much the same way you would expect a traditional sugar to behave, especially in a baking capacity, because that's where, you know, again, baking is a science, cooking is an art, right? It's just that
Yeah.
simple. You
I
have
love
to measure
that.
your ingredients. You
Baking
have to
is
do
a
it a very
science.
specific way when you're baking. And when you make that substitution, things start to go a little bit awry, and you're like, well, what happened? It's like, well, it's because of that substitution. So the fact that Swerve
Right.
is able to, you know, the fact that Swerve is able to be able to be substituted in so seamlessly is really critical to the process.
I'm excited.
As we'll see.
I'm excited.
So we're going to start off with our pumpkin mousse. So we're just going to do something real simple here. And we are going to take our pumpkin filling. Real straightforward, real simple. 100% pure pumpkin. Very, very important. Look for it. 100% pure pumpkin. It's your friend. We're going to pop this guy into our mixing bowl here.
And I think a lot of people ask about the carb count on pumpkin, and I apologize. I'm just looking. I'm going into our sleeve chef so you guys can ask questions about it. The thing about pumpkin is that it might look like it has higher carbs in it, but it's actually not that bad. It's only 10 carbs per serving, and it's less than 5 grams of sugar.
Good to know.
Also, it's all natural. It's just the pumpkin. Plus, it has something called pectin in it. So pectin helps to stabilize our blood sugar, which is exactly what we want.
And now the all-important Cool Whip.
Okay, good.
So traditional mousse, you're going to have really 3 main things, right? You're going to have your traditional ingredient, your flavoring. Think of like chocolate mousse. Pardon me. And then you're going to have egg whites. In our case, it could be a meringue here. And then we're going to have some sort of heavy cream is traditional, right? So heavy cream, egg whites, and then some sort of flavoring for the mousse itself. But what we're going to do for this particular application is we're going to use Cool Whip because there's a very similar consistency to heavy whipping cream with just much less fat. So we want that to be able to, again, have that mousse consistency, right? When you think of traditional chocolate mousse, you think of something that's very, very velvety and, rich and sort of, it's a very common palate profile.
Cool. I want to welcome Missy and Billy and Sheila.
Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody.
And Jennifer, Monica. You guys can all feel free to ask questions, especially about the holiday times.
Oh, yeah.
We have some tips that are, I think, pretty helpful. A lot of people save up their calories for their Thanksgiving dinner and then for the leftovers and all of this. I would recommend actually having a breakfast and a lunch and then treating your Thanksgiving as a dinner.
Such a great point. And start with your proteins.
Yeah, start with your proteins. Go back to the basics, really.
So look at how beautiful. Look at this color, guys. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is why we want to use fresh pumpkin. So important.
Good. And we're asked, what kind of Cool Whip?
Oh, good question. So just regular fat-free Cool Whip.
All right.
Standard run-of-the-mill fat-free Cool Whip. You can use traditional if you want. But again, it still has that same consistency. Not a direct replica of heavy cream because heavy cream has a much higher fat content, obviously, but the consistency in terms of mouthfeel is still there, and it's close enough to where it's not going to be like skim milk that we all know. It's just not going to hold up to any sort of whipping process.
Right. And you'll still get the dairy creaminess that you would get anyway. That's great.
So this guy's going to sit off this side here. Now, we're going to crack a couple of eggs. So when you're cracking egg, people like to say either we crack on the side or we crack on a flat surface. I like cracking on a flat surface because it just is a quick crack, and it allows you to be able to do a proper separation here.
To save some of those shells from getting in?
Oh, yeah, the shell, and more importantly, the yolk from getting in.
Okay.
Which is your other key thing here. So you really want to take your time doing this. I know a bunch of people that can do this one-handed. I am not one of them.
Could you use egg whites, like egg beaters for this? Egg whites?
Yeah, as long as it's a traditional egg white. That's the only thing I want to verify.
Okay. That might be easier for some people.
Sure, than a traditional separation.
Right.
Here we go.
And how many eggs are we doing
So it's going to be 3 egg whites total.
Okay, great. And you're getting some protein in there.
Yes, you are.
You are taking out half the protein when you take out the egg yolk.
Ah, good to know.
But that's okay. We're doing dessert now.
Yeah, we are. All right. So we've got our KitchenAid mixer. You can either use this or you can use a traditional, handheld egg beater. That's always good, but you want something that's going to be able to whip. I could do it by hand, but it's going to take me a long time, and it's just not going to turn out the consistency that we'd be looking for, because what we're basically doing is whipping air into the eggs.
And you can also do it if you don't have a beautiful KitchenAid like this. You can do it with one of the hand mixers as well.
Exactly.
And I do have a question from Brenda. Without having them side by side, the difference in light Cool Whip and fat-free, I seem to only be able to find the light. So, there's going to be only minimal difference. I hope that you can hear me over the KitchenAid. There's only going to be minimal difference in the calories, the fat, and the carbs. So it's okay if you get either one. Okay. And then, actually, Stacy, can you just buy the egg whites in the carton? I just asked that question before, and yes, you can.
That is a great question.
Very good. But then I wonder, it probably says it on the carton how much of the egg white to use from the carton.
True.
It probably says like a 4th cup or something, right?
Correct.
I'm guessing a 4th cup.
Yeah, that would be my guess as well. All right, so we're gonna have 2 tablespoons of sugar in here. And now again, all we're doing here, guys, is we're making a very, very traditional meringue, right? We've got our egg whites, started to add some, sort of whip them up, add some air into them. They're gonna start to get nice and foamy and frothy.
I feel like I'm on the Great British Bake Off. Who watches the Great British Bake Off?
As long as I don't have to be judged by Paul, I'll be fine.
You'll be judged by me.
I'll be judged by an even
boy.
harsher critic. I'm going to stop this guy real quick here and give you a quick show of what it looks like right now.
Let's see.
So see this? See this beautiful, beautiful thing? We're starting to get to that ribbon stage where you can see they're starting to hold up a bit. It's starting to be able to maintain its own shape. So we're going to go for a bit longer here, probably another 3 to 4 minutes at the most.
Are we doing stiff peaks?
Correct.
All right,
We're
great.
doing stiff peaks.
And then I also got a question about sugar-free Cool Whip. So there's light, there's sugar-free, there's fat-free. Really, any of them are going to do.
Right.
They all have very, very similar nutritional content.
Sure.
I guess I would go with the sugar-free, but again, there's like 10 more calories in one, 2 less grams of
6
fat.
on one hand.
Exactly.
Right.
It's not.
6 in one hand, half
Yeah.
dozen in the other.
I wouldn't split the hairs on that one.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. It's a really good point.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to keep whipping this up. This is getting nice, light, and fluffy, which again is going to add some body to our mousse. Now, what's fun about this dessert too is that A, it's very, very quick, and B, you can actually make it ahead of time, stick it in the fridge, and just let it be. So you can make a bunch of them ahead of time, and then when you're ready to serve, walk over to the fridge, pop them out. Here you go. Enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah. And when Michael said 2 tablespoons, that he did not mean regular sugar. We're talking about the swirl.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. And it does tell you the measurements on the carton of egg whites
Yeah.
as to the amount to use
Yep.
per egg. So if you're going to use the egg white carton, then just follow the instructions.
Exactly. All right.
All right,
Now we're talking.
Okay, beautiful.
So now our favorite test is that.
Oh. Okay, I guess the test worked.
That's what they used to do in culinary school.
Okay.
That was always the fun. One more time. Fair enough. See, this is how they get me. Ready? 1, 2. That is our favorite way to test.
I love it.
Trust me, it's fun, but it doesn't work
risky.
too.
It's a little risky.
I know.
Wait, so you're going more?
I'm going just a little bit more, maybe like 15, 30 seconds.
Okay.
Let my heart rate calm down just a bit. Ah.
All right, and thank you, Monica and Lisa, for joining in. We are in the midst of
We
making.
are.
What are we in the midst of making?
We are in the midst of making our pumpkin spice latte mousse.
Yum.
Yum, yum, yum. This looks great. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. See? There you go. There's a fun little one.
Cool. And those are our egg whites that
Those are egg
whipped
whites.
to stiff peaks.
Correct. Remember what they looked like before? They had that like hint of yellow. They were softer. See, that's what we want.
Pure white.
Pure white. Got some nice body to it as well.
Isn't it amazing what you can do with egg whites?
It is incredible. And now what we'll do, we're going to go ahead and scrape this bowl clean. We have a plastic spatula here. Scrape this bowl nice and clean.
All right.
And we'll just fold these egg whites in.
All right, Jerry, thank you so much for coming on. I'm excited for you to try out this recipe. You'll have to let us know how it goes and take pictures of it.
This is, and the other thing I would caution you guys too is that be careful. You'll see pumpkin pie filling. It's not what you want. You want pumpkin in a can. 100% pumpkin in a can.
Can we show the can again?
Yeah, definitely. This is what you're looking for. 100% pure pumpkin. Not pumpkin pie filling. That's something entirely different. That's going to be hyper sweet.
Yeah.
And just not that quality that you want 100% pumpkin.
Right.
Pure pumpkin. All right, so we're just going to do a quick fold in here. You'll notice when I'm folding, I'm not whisking like a traditional faster whisk. I'm just simply taking it, it's going around the bowl, and it's folding it in.
Yummy. That looks good.
This is going to be great. This is really
And I just want to make a quick plug. If you are interested in learning more about the holiday season and how to get through the holidays with a good head on your shoulders and feeling confident getting through all of these different dinners and family get-togethers and all of this, we are having one extra support group this month, and that is on Thursday. So Thursday at 6:30 in the Civiletti, you can park in the Iris, and I've been plugging it a little bit on the Facebook page, so there is a little invite in there, and you can feel free to come. It's free. Bring your friends, bring your family. And so that's going to be, and I've gotten a lot of people asking me if I can do live stream for these support groups, but it's kind of the one and only place where people have some privacy and they can say what they want, and it's a safe space to do that.
I don't know about live streaming the support group.
Yeah, so I always do, after the support group, a live stream of me summarizing what you may have missed.
And there we go, guys. That's what we're looking for. So there is our mousse.
What was that brand of pumpkin?
What is that? I think that was just traditional, just the supermarket brand.
Oh, it's Weiss brand. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so to serve, what we're gonna do, so you see here, we got a nice incorporation in here. Yeah, this looks good.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go ahead and do is we've got our little vessels here.
And these are so cute for when you're having holiday parties.
Right. All right, so we're gonna take some traditional espresso. So we're gonna build this, the idea behind this is we're gonna build it like a latte, right? So when you're building a latte, you've got espresso, you've got milk, you've got espresso, you've got cream, and then you've got some sort of sweetener in there, mocha, cappuccino, depending on how it's made. But the espresso is in there meant to be balance out the sweetness of the latte. So we're gonna do a little bit in here, just maybe like a quarter of an ounce in here.
And also, if you're wondering, some people that are only like a month out of surgery, we don't recommend anything with caffeine, but there is decaf espresso. So you can certainly use this, or just do the pumpkin mousse.
There you go. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and grab our pumpkin mousse in here, and we'll slide this guy in, like so.
And just because I've been watching Great British Bake Off, what about putting it inside of a little piping bag?
You could definitely do that one too.
You can take a Ziploc bag and put it in.
There you go.
And cut the tip of it, and there you go.
There you go. All right. That's going to have to be a little.
Okay.
It's not going to be quite as pretty as I want it to be, but still a bit.
And you can always wipe it off with a towel or whatever
exactly.
you have laying around. And then Lisa was asking if there's a substitute for espresso,
Sure.
because she can't tolerate the caffeine. But I'm thinking that if you do the caffeine-free or decaf, or if you just omit it altogether,
Yep.
I also think maybe even a few, pumps of the sugar-free caramel.
Yep. Exactly.
Something to give it that
You can
balance.
sweeten this guy up however you want.
Right.
All right.
All right, Stephen, thanks for showing up. And again, anyone that's just joining us, we have a couple of announcements. Thursday is my support group for all of you guys. Bring all of your friends and family, 6:30 at the Civiletti Center. We're going to talk about getting through the holidays and, how to eat, how to mindfully eat. Right. And then also we are right now preparing the pumpkin mousse.
Yes, we are.
Well, pumpkin spice latte mousse.
Yeah,
there we
exactly.
go. I can say the whole thing.
There you go. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. One more. Remember, guys, you can chill this as well. So you can fill these, chill these, and then bring them out when you're ready to serve and top them. So it's a great way to sort of prep and go. Try to make this as pretty as I possibly can. All right. There we go.
Okay.
Quite as nice as I'd like, but sorry.
All right. So as Mike is preparing those, I'm just going to go through a couple of things that might be helpful during the holidays. So we talked about continuing to add protein to every meal and eating it first. And also staying active. I want to also make a big plug for the turkey trot. The YMCA puts on an awesome race every Thanksgiving morning. So that's something really amazing to participate with the family and just going on walks after your meals. And also listening to your hunger cues. How many times do you take a big plate, finish it, and then go and get another plate without even slowing down, waiting a few minutes, and seeing if you're actually full? I guarantee and promise you, if you slow down and really be picky with what you want to eat, so I recommend filling up half of your plate with, roasted vegetables, a fourth of your plate with protein, and then the other fourth with whatever you want. And eat it slowly, really savor it, savor the conversations that you have, and just enjoy instead of overfilling yourself for sure. And if you know that you're gonna have a dessert, save some space for it so you don't feel uncomfortable after. What do you think?
I like it.
You think that's
and
good?
I think it's, Thanksgiving's really one of the, because I know this happens to me, Thanksgiving's really one of those times where people unconsciously eat.
Yeah.
Right? You're talking with your family, you're
food's
catching
always
up,
there.
everything is great, and
food's
it's a very
always there.
festive holiday, and the food's always there. And so that's really a time where you sort of unconsciously eat.
Yep.
So I think there's things that you can do. I know for myself, I like to kind of push my chair back and take a step up just to get myself back in the moment.
I like that idea.
Yeah. So what we're going to do here is just give these guys a little dusting.
Very cute.
Yeah. See, so we've got our nice little pumpkin spice mousse lattes.
Beautiful.
It's a fun little spin, little foam on top. All right.
All right. So
up.
in just a few moments, we can try those.
Oh yeah.
So what's up next?
So what's up next is going to be our delicious. In a second here, we are going to do our orange vanilla meringues.
Yummy.
Yum. So what we'll do is we are going to whip some more egg whites up into our
All right, and thank you, Sheila and Chris and Diana, for tuning in. We're moving on to our second dessert right now.
So now we are doing we're going to preheat our oven to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Get that guy low. So when we cook these, we're actually dehydrating them. That's a really important note. You're cooking them, but you're dehydrating them.
That's why they get so crispy.
Correct. So what we'll do again, same exact process as before. Crack our eggs, do a little separation here of the yolk.
And please, I beg of you guys, if you are trying these out at home as recipes for the holidays, please take pictures and let us know how it went.
Absolutely.
And if you have anything else to share, like other recipes and other desserts, definitely take pictures, document, and send them to us. If you don't feel comfortable posting, you can always private message me, and I'll post it out as well.
And, the other thing, too, is talk about, your own strategies going into Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because
honestly, I get most of my learning experiences and things that I share with other patients from you guys.
All right, so nice little separation of our eggs here.
Okay, and are we still using 3 for that?
4.
4.
Yep,
Okay,
so about
4 eggs.
4 egg whites for this. And then we're going to go ahead and do back into our bowl here. Nice whip going. Right.
So are these going to be the same stiff peaks, or are we doing something different?
Same thing, same
Okay.
stiff peak as we did before. Without the showmanship.
We won't risk it this time.
Won't risk it this time. All right.
All right, Janet, thanks for coming on, and Sandy. Chris, we've missed you too.
All right. And again, we're going to use our swerve here.
Okay.
So I believe it's a half a cup that we're putting in here for our sugar.
All right, and when we say sugar, just in case for
Yep,
those that
for
are
our
only
swerve.
listening, we're using a swerve sugar. It gets powdery. I see this. Does anyone else have that issue at home?
All
I guess
right.
since we're throwing it in there,
Right,
it comes right back up at us. So Swerve is another sugar alternative that has had really good press on the Comp Facebook site, I'd say.
Yeah.
So I am dying to try it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so excited.
I've heard a lot of, trying it before, make a little test batch. I was actually pleasantly surprised by the quality of
That's awesome.
of Swerve.
Good, because I was always using the Splenda baking.
This episode brought to you by
by
Swerve.
Swerve. They better pay us. All right, thanks, Katie, for joining us.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and whipping this guy up now. So again, just to show you, this is what we're starting off with, right? This is what we're starting to look like. So it's looking good. We would definitely want to go further, get some nice stiff peaks in there.
Okay, and just as a reminder, if you guys have any questions, feel free to pop them on to the Facebook Live. We are answering questions right now. So whether it has to do with nutrition or cooking, feel free to ask away.
Absolutely. So we're going to preheat our oven at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to cook these for 2 hours at 200 degrees Fahrenheit.
2 hours?
2 hours.
Okay, well, you got to make time for that then.
Correct.
All
What's
right,
fun
good
about
to know.
this is it's a 10 to 15 minute process to put these together, and then it's just put it in the oven, set the timer, forget about it, right? Maybe go back and check on it in every half an hour or so. Just do a quick peek in.
Hang by the fire.
Put your oven light on. Don't be careful opening your oven, because when you open your oven, you reduce the heat.
Did everyone hear that? When you open your oven, you reduce the heat.
Correct.
So you got to be patient and put the light on.
Correct. Or you could sit there like Great British Bake Off and just fold your legs and stare inside your oven. I really wonder how long they're actually doing that. It's always been my question. Like, how long are the contestants actually sitting there?
I don't know. Well, it's got to be, they have like 4 hours to do these things, so a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
They sip their tea.
Right, exactly.
Katie was saying Swerve, never heard of that one. Well, Michael here purchased it at Weiss.
Yep.
You can get it at Mom's. You can get it online, Whole Foods. But it's starting to become a bit more popular because of its mild taste.
That is what we're looking for. Again, just that beautiful, beautiful, firm, stiff peaks. All right. Oh, one thing I will say too, that's really going to help with your egg whites and making these meringues is you want to make sure that your bowl is clean, clean, clean. Give it a quick rinse off, dry it off really, really good. Anything else in there is going to make it much more, is going to have an impact on the meringue itself.
Okay, that's good.
So now we're going to add a little cap of vanilla. Actually, wait, yeah.
Do you have to make the bowl cold?
You can. Yeah,
what does that do?
You can chill it down. It'll actually speed up the process just a bit.
Okay.
A little cap full of vanilla here.
Oh, Amanda, thank you. Walmart carries Swerve too.
Oh, good.
That's
Perfect.
good. Okay.
And now, zester and an orange. Now, here's the fun thing, right? You could do it with a traditional zester, a little handheld zester that you do that against. I've found that when I did my first batch, we put in there, do a full of zest of a full orange.
Okay.
My first batch honestly fell apart because I think it was too much excess liquid from the orange.
Okay.
So what we'll do is, again, we'll put a little bit of light pressure here and just go right in with our zest. So for my second batch, I ended up using half an orange zest.
Can I try that?
Yeah.
I have never tried one of these zesters before.
Zester and that.
So just light pressure?
Yep, just pressure right against there. There you go.
Huh. Fun.
Isn't that fun?
Oh, I love it. Here, I'll let you do it now.
Yeah.
I just needed to try it.
Yeah. But yeah, so we use our zester here. You want to be careful. You want to avoid getting the pith of the orange, getting that white part. You only want the zest of the outside of the orange itself. And of course, remove the sticker just in case you don't want any sticker.
Yes. And wash, wash, wash.
Pro tip, remove the sticker.
Yes.
All right. So again, go right in here, like so. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Okay. And I already got a comment about how I pronounced Weiss. Wise.
I knew it. I knew it. Send the cat memes. Send the cat memes to Jana.
Okay.
She loves them.
All right, Jill and Chanel and Lindsay, welcome. Feel free to ask any questions that might come up. Nutrition, cooking questions.
One more quick whip. Now, here's the other key thing with this dish. Timing.
Okay.
This is a meringue. It's like a souffle. You've got air whipped into it. It's not going to hold up for long. Move quick.
Okay.
Move quick and move intentionally.
Let's do it.
So.
I'm nervous now.
No need to be nervous. We'll be. So, what we'll do here is we'll go ahead and grab our spoons. So, you can do this one of two ways. I did mine like very, very sort of rustic and traditional. Just grab a little spoonful, did a little dollop. Or you can kind of do a little Canal here. Or if you're feeling really fancy, you can do a little piping bag.
Yeah. So you do not have to be an expert
Nope.
to do a piping bag. You can take a Ziploc bag, fill it up with this, cut the tip of it, and then just
Boom.
swirl it around.
Yep. So again, right? Nice stiff peaks. Right on our parchment paper here. Look at that. Oh, it looks so good. And it smells amazing too.
It really does. It's really nice and fresh.
Yes, it is. And again, guys, you want to orange zests, you know, you could certainly go, oh, can I use orange extract? Can I? I mean, you can, but there's just something magical about putting in, oh, yes, it's the actual zest of the orange itself.
Yeah.
It's not, I went out and you know, a bunch of lab techs created a product that tastes like orange.
Plus, the orange isn't done when you have the
Correct.
outside. You just eat the orange.
Correct. Absolutely. All right.
Okay.
That's great. All right, so we're going to pop this guy in the oven in a second here. And then wait until you see the color. This guy pops out. Just you wait.
All right.
We'll do one more here. Man, these are awesome. Not only that, guys, but the yield you get on these things is incredible.
How many does this make?
This 40 is what I did for my first test batch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is for big parties then.
Yep.
That's great.
Pop that guy in.
Okay.
Jason, thank you.
And by TV magic, we're gonna take out
All right, let's do it.
the ones that are done.
Voila. Look at
Voila.
these beauties. Lit a load of these beauties. Look at that beautiful orange color. You can see in there. They are light. They are fluffy. You really want to serve them not immediately. You can hold for a little bit, but avoid any sort of humidity, as humidity is going to be the enemy of these beautiful, beautiful little orange and vanilla meringues.
They start to get a little bit chewy.
Exactly.
All right, so we are gonna have our guest taste testers back up. Come on up, Amy and Monica. All right, and Stacy, thanks for joining us. So we are, and then Chanel, we are making, what did we make? We made lots of stuff.
Yes, we
All
did.
right, you can come on down. We have here our pumpkin spice latte mousse and our orange vanilla meringues.
Exactly.
Okay.
Do a little.
So I'm gonna give you guys some spoons. Here you go.
All right. For yourselves, ladies.
Michael.
Thank you. Got that.
Thank you.
And for yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And for yourself, Jana.
Thank you.
Oh, they smell good.
And
Oh, they
for
smell
me.
good.
Oh, they do.
One. Thank you. All right, let's eat.
Okay.
Let's step one, these guys. Oh, man.
They're good.
Oh, those are wonderful.
The spoon is too big. I can't get down there.
Okay, this is awesome. Thank
that
you.
fun?
It's very good.
How many calories does this have?
So this has, I have the notes right here. It has about 86 calories for the whole thing.
Okay.
And it's a little less than 9 grams of carbohydrates.
That is amazing.
Okay.
And it's a fun, and again, that's
great.
where that whole freshness of the pumpkin spice, of the pumpkin itself comes in.
Right.
All right,
Okay.
now, excited for these. Let's grab this guy. Light, fluffy, airy, delicious.
Thank you.
Okay.
They're good. If you wanted these chewy, you could take and do what? Make 'em- if you wanted them chewy.
Oh, if you wanted them chewy?
I mean, you can honestly undercook them just a bit. Because the idea here is that you're drying them out, right? But if you want them with a little bit more like texture, a little bit chewier, honestly, you know, cook it like an hour and a half, kind of take it out, let it sit, and then just kind of go right off the tray and serve immediately, as opposed to letting them kind of dry out and air out.
Yeah. And you can also put like a little Cool Whip on these too, just to mush them up a little bit.
in your mouth.
Yeah, they're great. And
They're
guess how
melty.
many calories these have? Just take a guess.
5.
5.
4.
Oh, so close.
All right. Well, thank you so much to our guest taste
Yes,
testers.
thank you
it was
so much,
awesome
ladies.
having you
Thank you.
guys.
Thank
I want to
you
give a
for
big
inviting
thank
us.
you to our WMAR2 studios. A huge thank you to our sleeve chef. This was
As always,
awesome.
awesome.
And
Seriously.
please come join me for our support group for the comp program this Thursday, 6:30 to 7:30 in the Civiletti Center.
And we promise there will not be any live stream. Promise.
Only afterwards.
Only after.
So let us know if you need anything, if you have any questions, and have a great night.
Great night,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you again for tuning in.